This is NBC News video just in of Leanna Harris leaving jail today, where she went to visit her husband, Ross. He is accused of murdering their toddler in a boiling hot car as he sexted 6 other women. This mom spent nearly 40 minutes inside the jail, but it's not clear that they ever met. Listen to what a reporter asked her.
Good morning, Mrs. Harris. Were you able to speak with your husband?
How is Ross doing? What do you want people to know this morning?
So you saw her shake her head there. Is it possible he didn't want to see her after all the shockers that came out in court? Or did they actually talk? And she's just telling the reporter, leave me alone. You can see Leanna Harris burying her head as she rides off. What would motivate this woman to make such a public gesture of loyalty to a man cops say has betrayed her sexually and allegedly murdered her own flesh and blood?
Leanna Harris, the baby's mother, also part of the investigation.
During this, she's like, why aren't you crying? Why aren't you reacting to this? She said, I must be in shock.
Stunning claims of raunchy text messages.
He's got this whole second life that he's living with alternate personality.
Suspicious internet searches. Harris watched videos online about the dangers of being trapped in a hot car.
And she looks at him, she's like, well, did you say too much?
This was his joy. This was his pride. He was very proud to be Cooper's daddy.
Mom Leanna insisted to daycare workers that her husband had left Cooper in the car the moment she heard the child wasn't there, before she had any news of her son's death. People are also wondering about the mom after cops said she asked her husband after their son's death in the police station if he, quote, said too much. Police say Daddy texted photos of his private parts to 6 different women when he was inside his office. Meanwhile, out in the parking lot, little Cooper, his own son, is suffering an excruciating, torturous death inside his sizzling hot SUV. Why would this woman, this wife, want to visit him after learning he's got a double life with a slew of other women? Or was she already aware he cheated, as prosecutors believe? Call me, 1-877-JDM says, 1-877-586-7297. I want to hear from you. Straight out to our fantastic Lion's Den debate panel. Begin with Lisa Bloom, Avo.com legal analyst. So many people, Lisa, are outraged that she would want to visit this man after all the hideous secrets we've learned. I can't understand it. Why?
So there's 2 possible explanations. One is she's a co-conspirator in the murder of her little boy. There are a couple of sociopaths, and all of the behavior that you just listed supports that. In addition, she never talked about the little boy when she's with him at the police station. She never says, oh my God, what happened to my son? It was all about her husband. I mean, that's very suspicious too. The other possibility is that she's truly innocent. She's caught up in something she doesn't understand. She's young, and she's got a lot of growing and evolving to do to come to terms with what's happened in her life.
Well, what does everybody think? Anahita said it got far. We got to mention she's not charged with anything, not called a suspect. Do you think that she is a co-conspirator and that she wants to visit her husband to, you know, be a co-conspirator? That's what they do. They communicate with each other.
No, Jane.
No?
I don't think so. I think she's standing by her man because she doesn't believe that he intentionally killed their son. And really, it's easy for everyone to kind of sit back all of a sudden and be some psychiatrist or body language expert and convict this woman because she didn't show enough emotion, Jane. She didn't cry. She was chewing gum during the hearing. They were literally tearing apart every word that she said at the eulogy of her son. I mean, you can't do that because we all know people grieve differently.